Hello. So, how long until pot or marijuana is legal in all 50 states? Or at least really close to being all 50 states? I'll take 40 or 45. Do you think it's going to take 10 years, 20 years, 100 years? Well, currently, 18 states have legalized medical marijuana usage. And with Colorado and Washington passing the legalization of pot's recreational use, they became the first two states in the United States to legalize recreational usage. So even though those laws are still not quite what I believe and a lot of other people believe need to happen in order to uh, decrease crime and um, take a lot of people out of jail who shouldn't be in jail or prison for possession of marijuana. It's still a step in the right direction, but I'm thinking that it won't take as long as some of us might think, or as I initially thought, um, because I mean this is something that I remember back in the '90s as a much younger man uh, talking about, and in school doing even a paper about the legalization and or decriminalization of marijuana and the benefits and whatnot. Um, there definitely needs to be a lot more education about pot. It needs to be the drug needs to be destigmatized tremendously. Uh, it's not marijuana is not heroin. It's not meth. It's not crack. It's not cocaine, etc. It's not these hard drugs that people are uh, robbing and stealing for and essentially unable to function. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Um, well, when you look at same-sex marriage, right, it's legal in 10 states with a fair amount allowing civil unions and whatnot. Um, so it's kind of like both these issues, although they're much different because one is drugs and the other is civil rights. Um, there's some similarities in terms of how long they're taking and that it's just this slow, plodding uh, process that does seem to take forever. Um, but I think marijuana will sooner than later become legal in a lot more states because of the financial incentives for the states. Because these all the marijuana that's being used or that's going to be bought in Washington, Colorado is going to be taxed, as far as I understand it, and some of that money is going to be used for educational purposes, but nonetheless, it's going to go into the coffers of the state. Um, and what state doesn't want more tax revenue, especially if they're looking at millions of extra dollars, right? And also they're potentially shifting some of that money out of the prison system and not needing to fund it so much in the jail system, um, and redirecting it and getting taking the sale uh, out of criminals' hands or out of violent people's hands, I should say. And also, do you think Obama is going to take a stand on this? Is he going to say, you know what, uh, we should legalize the use of marijuana on the federal level, or we should at least look seriously into it? I don't think he will, but he's got 4 years. He's not up for re-election, so we'll see. But so what do you think? How long is it going to take for all 50 states or close to all 50 states to legalize marijuana?